Once upon a time, in a peaceful countryside filled with flowers and sunshine, a mother duck sat on her eggs. The nest was hidden in tall grass near a quiet pond. She was waiting patiently. 1, 2, 3. 5 eggs lay beneath her. But one egg was much bigger and looked different. "It's taking so long," she said. "But I must be patient." One sunny morning, the eggs began to crack. Peep, peep, went the little ducklings. But the big egg didn't move. Finally, it cracked open, and out came a strange grey duckling. The other ducklings stared. "He doesn't look like us," one whispered. The mother duck looked at the new duckling. "You are different, but still my child," she said. The ducklings giggled. The grey duckling felt shy. Still, he followed the others as they waddled to the pond. The ducklings jumped into the pond. Splash! The grey duckling hesitated, then slid into the water. "He swam beautifully. Look at him," said the mother duck. But the others still giggled behind his back. "Why does no one like me?" he thought. One night, he decided to leave. He wandered through the forest in search of a new home. The trees whispered with the wind. The stars above gave him a tiny bit of hope. He found a small pond and rested, but he still felt very alone. Animals in the farmyard began to mock him. "Too ugly to be a duck," said the hen. The grey duckling felt lonely. Winter came, cold and cruel. The duckling's feathers froze in the icy wind. He struggled to find food. He curled up under some leaves. Snowflakes fell gently over him. A kind farmer found the duckling. He took him home to warm by the fire. The farmer's children fed him. He felt love again, but he was still afraid to stay. The snow melted, and the world turned green. The duckling left the cottage. Birds chirped cheerfully above. He saw his reflection in the water. He had grown so much. He saw a group of swans landing on the pond. They were graceful and beautiful. The duckling hid behind the reeds. "They are so beautiful," he whispered. He wished he could be one of them. He looked down into the water again. What he saw made him gasp. It wasn't a grey duckling anymore. He had grown into a swan. He flapped his wings in joy. He felt strong and light. He ran across the water and lifted into the air. Up into the blue sky he flew. The wind brushed past his feathers. He felt free. He returned to the pond where the swans swam. They turned to look at him. They swam to meet him. "You are one of us," said a swan. He couldn't believe it. He swam with the swans. Children watched from the shore. "They're so beautiful," they cried. No one called him ugly anymore. He was proud and happy. He thought about his old life, the teasing, the sadness. But he had grown stronger. He had never given up. His heart was full. Though he was now beautiful, he stayed kind. He never forgot what it felt like to be alone. So he welcomed all who were different. "You are perfect just as you are," he would say. Others admired him for his kindness. The swan's story spread through the land. Parents told it to their children. "Don't judge by looks," they'd say. "Everyone has beauty inside, and time helps us grow." Seasons passed and the swan watched ducklings hatch. He smiled as one looked a bit different. He walked over and nuzzled it. "Be patient," he whispered. "You are going to be amazing." The sun set on the quiet pond. The swan swam peacefully. He was home. He was loved. And he was never lonely again. One day, a shy little frog hopped near the pond. The swan welcomed him with a gentle smile. They became good friends, playing together. The swan taught him to be brave. The frog felt happy and safe. The frog faced his fears and learned to leap high. The swan cheered him on from the water. They showed everyone that courage comes in all sizes. Even the smallest can be brave. The leaves turned golden in autumn. The swan and frog watched the colors change. They knew life always changes, but friendship stays. They promised to always be there for each other through every season and challenge. One night, a storm thundered and lightning flashed. The frog was scared and hid under a leaf. The swan wrapped his wings around the frog. Together they waited for the storm to pass. When the sun rose, they felt grateful for each other. The animals gathered for a joyful celebration. They sang songs and shared stories. Everyone was happy and thankful. The swan and frog led the celebration with grace. Their friendship was a shining light. Years passed, and the pond remained a place of love. The swan and frog grew old, but stayed close. Their story reminded everyone that kindness and patience matter most. And so, the Ugly Duckling's journey became a tale of hope and friendship.